Okay, this is another North American server special. I'm in the Cossack. It's my highest tier ship in my American collection. My European collection, of course, you all are very aware of. I have well over 200 ships in it, heading towards 300 at a rapid rate. However, Cossack, I need the credits, so I'm playing some asymmetric battles to try and grind credits for the lower tiers, and at the moment I'm working on getting myself a Minotaur, among other projects, also a Haragumo. How's that going? Well, I'm finding it very slow indeed, because over the years Wargaming have continuously been tweaking and adjusting the credit system and the economics of the game. And not in a good way. I would argue that it's harder to earn credits than it used to be, unless you're in the right ship. It's hard on new players. It's not hard on existing players as much or as such. I mean, in the Bayard, in an operation, I can earn well over 1 million credits for one operation. Well over 1 million, sometimes 2 million. But it's a specific ship, it's very hard to get, and you're not going to get it as a new player. You can pick up the Cossack from the premium shop for around 35, 36 pounds, something like that, okay? Or you can possibly get it for doubloons. Would I recommend it as a credit earner? Only if you know what you're doing. I would say she is a very capable destroyer, probably one of the best tier 8 destroyers in the game, okay? Up there with the Split and a very strong indeed. Good torps. Great guns. She's a gunboat, but she's got one set of torps that are on a pretty fast reload. I can get those torps back up and in the water every 60 odd seconds. With Adrenaline Rush going, the reload can get down as low as about 40 odd seconds. It's sort of Jaeger levels of reload, which is nice to have. I'm with some randoms, and we're literally taking on 10 bots all around the sort of tier 6, tier 5 mark. Okay. And we've got a Delhi and a Casta. Alright, I'm just going to leave some torps there to cause a little bit of mayhem. Although I have found that the bots are incredibly good at dodging torpedoes. Let's get some fire down on these guys. See if we can get rid of the Minikaze, because he's a bit of a threat with his loaded tech. And down he goes. But you see already I've taken what? 2k damage. The bots in asymmetric battles are a little spicier than the bots you meet in the training room when you first start as a new player. They are more aware, they react to your torpedo launches, okay, and they're more accurate with their guns. How the hell did that torpedo miss? Your caster managed to avoid them all perfectly. Okay, firing into the Queen Elizabeth. So you need to have your wits about you. No, they're not as good as players, and so you do have an advantage in that respect. But of course you're outnumbered in this game mode, so you do have to be a little bit cautious. And you do have to dupe the enemy shells, bizarrely. Okay, going to fire on the Queen Elizabeth. There's the Caster. Should be able to finish him off now. Should be able to, I'd like to think. Or not. I don't like that angle. Just park it here. Delhi's moving away. Now I don't want to go the other side of the island, because as a destroyer you get focused by the bots. They'll always shoot you first before they go for the rest of your fleet. You're considered the weakest target, so you tend to get focused a lot. So you have to be a little sly, a little bit cunning, a little bit clever, use islands, and so on and so forth. And of course your short puff smokes,
Screen set.
which actually come in very useful when your team is spotting for you, of course.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Getting good solid hits on the Queen Elizabeth. Caps will get you credits. As will kills. And of course, farming as many ribbons as possible. Defender ribbons get you credits. Everything pretty much gets you credits. So
Engine boost deactivated.
performing your role without getting yourself sunk is very important. What Asymmetric Battles does do is it helps with your awareness of threats and helps to train you as to what you can and can't get away with. Okay, he's gone down. Right, now we just stay here and get the cap, because the cap is actually worth quite a lot. It is worth quite a lot. I don't know exactly how much, but I know I make a lot more credits if I take caps than if I don't. So, and in randoms and in ranked, it's very important. Caps are really important. People don't ever... Yeah, the team that doesn't take their caps seriously generally loses, in my experience. There are some exceptions to that. If you watch Jingle's Game of Throws, if you've watched any of Jingle's stuff, he shows games, incredible games, where the enemy team had all the advantages and then somehow still threw the match. Or the team that he's actually commenting on. Actually, it's normally Team Green, thinking about it. Yeah, he does a lot of commentary on people's replays and shows how their team basically managed somehow, even though they had all the advantage with them, somehow managed to lose the match anyway. And that is unfortunately a reoccurring theme that can happen a lot. And what can you do to stop it happening? Well, you can take caps for one thing, spot targets for your battleships and cruisers, and show them where the threats are on the mini-map. Ping the map, don't be afraid to do that, and show them where stuff is. If they choose to take your information seriously, great. And it gives you... You're increasing your chances of winning every time you ping that map and show them a problem that they are ignoring. You can also select the caps, and you can ping the caps and tell people to cap the caps and stuff like that. Whether they'll listen to you is a whole different kettle of fish. But you never know. Sometimes you get lucky, and it can make the difference between a win or a loss.
Engine boost activated.
So what I'm going to do here is, the enemy has 2 caps, so I'm going to contest this one. And as soon as I do, they stop getting points on this cap as soon as I enter it. So the clock on this cap will have stopped for them. And we're here with... There's a destroyer above me, there's a cruiser below me, and there's a battleship in front of me. It's and there's another battleship incoming. And you can't get away with this in many ships in World of Warships. Cossack is one of them, because I've got like a 5.5 detect, so I'm super stealthy. And I have hydro, and I have short puff smokes. If things go wrong, I can disengage instantly. Right, let's see if we can get this destroyer out of the way. Yeah. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm just going to... And notice how the entire time I was heading to the edge of this island so I could tuck it in here and get ready for my next kill. You want to stay 1 move ahead if you can, preferably 2. I'm going for the cruiser now. I'm going to reverse out and drop some torps for him. He may have me on hydro, but if he carries on this course, he will get torpedoed. And you can launch these individually with the Cossack, so we're just going to just sit there and do that, and then we're going to run. Should be able to get him with the rears. Yeah, and the torpedoes finish the job. Now we've only got a battle. Now we've only got a battleship to worry about, so we tuck it in tight because I don't want a battleship to spot me. I've got my smoke ready though if things go wrong. It's the Renown, and he's heading off cap. He's got me
Smoke
lit,
generator
so I
activated.
just smoke up.
Engine boost deactivated.
I'm just waiting for my torpedoes to come off cooldown. So I'm going to stay out of sight for now. He's moving off
Smoke
cap,
screen set.
so we'll stay on cap to contest. I've got the Salmon with me, and our Tirpitz is contesting C. Oh no, A even. Yeah, he's all the way over at A at E2 on the minimap. Guy in the right corner. So, okay, so he's contesting A. I capped C, and now we're contesting B. And there's the Britannia. Or Britann. It's the Britann, for God's sake. It's always been the Britann. Right, so we're using the edge of the island. We'll put some torps down for him. Setting some fires. And then I'm just going to move away and get back into cover again. And I've got the smoke in front of me to protect me from the Renown so we can go dark again. Just going to tuck it in tight. And he's speeded up and the torps missed. No, we're going to get a hit. We're going to get a hit. Just the one. Yeah, but he definitely changed speed and heading. But we get a torp hit, so that's nice. And we're up to, what, 3 kills, 82k damage. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's good farming. And now, because there are no bots on the cap, we can finally cap. Which is exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to hang around till this cap's ours. Renown is trying to light me. Because he knows exactly where I am being a bot. He knows exactly where I am. Never think the bots don't know where you are. Of course they do. It's their game after all. So we're just going to grab this. And that'll be even more credits. Okay, so that's a capture and an assisted capture. Ribbon. And now I'm going to go after the Renown. And I'm going to make a small assumption, but it doesn't matter if I'm wrong. I suspect that the Renown is on the other side of this island. If he was a training bot, he'd have crashed into the island and he'd be reversing now at about 4 knots. However, these aren't training bots. These bots know what they're doing. So we go around the island and sure enough, he's not there. And if you look at B, something's capping. It's not the Britann, so it has to be the Renown. So instead, he's done a hard turn, brought his speed down to about quarter speed, missed the corner of the island and managed to slip into B to take the cap back. Well, we can't have that, can we, chaps? No, no, no. So we're going to just slip round the edge of the island and torpedo his ass for being so cheeky. We're down to 2 players as well. I didn't notice that. It's just me and the Tirpitz left. Okay. Yes, asymmetric battles is hard. Unless you know what you're doing.
Smoke screen set.
And even when you know what you're doing, it can still go wrong. You need your other teammates to stay upright to win. Okay. And you notice I can launch those torps individually, so it won't be hard to hit him up the ass. Ass shot. There you go. Whoosh.
We sank their battleship.
And now we move on to the Britann. Or Britann. And we've defended B. He failed to cap and got torpedoed for his trouble. And of course, being on the edge of the island, I felt like I could have done with remaining undetected so I can shoot over it. So that's what we're doing, and we win the match. Whew, that was quite a close one in the end. 4 enemy ships destroyed, and 430,924 credits. Now, of course, I don't get the 160% boosters at the moment because I'm a new player. The most I can get is a 40% credit booster. So you can't expect to earn more than about 500,000 credits tops in an asymmetric battle in a destroyer at tier 8. Okay. So I'll just very quickly show you my American journey. I have got half a dozen ships, about a dozen ships, and that's the build. I want adrenaline rush. I need adrenaline rush. And that would be the final build for me. Oh yeah, and I usually take that one. Although shell switching is not a bad idea. Gun feeder is not a bad idea either. Okay. But that's the general build. Yeah, and what's the range on the guns? 11.9 kilometers. They're very floaty shells, so I wouldn't recommend extending your gun range on this ship particularly. But she operates very well like that, and the RPF gives you an enormous amount of information about your environment and where the enemy threats are. And that's the modules. That's what I took, the mods. Anyway, my name's Gun, and this has been the Cossack in credits. Who needs credits? Thank you all for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe.